Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Sim Shack, and of course welcome back to me, Sim UK. Just had a little bit of a mini panic there. Logged into the server. Once the server went down earlier, I logged in to have a look. All my chickens were gone. Everything in the barn was gone. All the cows were gone. I had no pigs, nothing. Sheep were gone as well. We are 2,276 in debt. Not quite sure why. I haven't got anything on loan, so that must have been an expense from the previous loan I had. So yeah, we're going to sell some eggs. We're going to make a bit of a loss on the eggs, but I can't be in debt, so c'est la vie.
Sort your sheep out, mate.
Oh no, Santa's here. Hello Spike, how are you, sir? How's your mother?
I cut my grass a month early, so I'm a little bit miffed, but there we go.
Or by accident or on purpose?
Yeah, by accident. It looked fully grown to me, but clearly it wasn't.
How do you know it wasn't? Because you didn't get as much yield.
I normally make 164 bales out of my field, and I made 104, I think. Plus, I've just discovered that my data for my precision farming is out of date, so I need to go and rescan it.
Indeed, I have a scanner if you want to borrow it, but you're so loaded you've probably got your own.
Just rented one.
I've got a few eggs I've got to sell, get myself out of debt. Hey, you're Mr. Silage. When's the best time to sell silage, chum?
January, chum.
Oh, I just missed it then, have I?
Yeah.
Bumholios. Why did the eggs have to load in that way? Oh, I discovered something yesterday. Apparently...
You've put the racetrack in completely the wrong place. Okay, yeah, well, I already knew that. Yeah.
No, I just moved that because some whiny little turd bag was crying about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, just.
No, actually, I'll tell you.
Three quarters of your player base, mate. It's all good.
I'll tell you the reason why I moved it. Actually, well, because you're all crying about it mostly, but I couldn't find anywhere that had like a central point that we could all stand on whilst having a track that goes around it.
Where you were coming from with that? Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
When I had a look around again, I was like, oh, I could buy 14 and 15, and then in between the two of them, there kind of is a, the same thing. So actually, it works out better because now we have even more space to do fun and games. So yeah, it's all good. It all worked out well. All's well that ends well, as they say. And then you guys can... Oh, the only problem is there are some fence panels I couldn't delete. So I'm hoping whoever buys that plot of land can delete them, so to speak.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't let me do it. It kept pinging like it was doing it, but it didn't actually disappear. Apologies, I'm trying to stack my eggs whilst talking to you, taking my attention a little bit. So how is your mother? All good?
Yeah, mum's fine, thanks. Yeah. Started watching Lincoln Lawyer. You ever watched that on Netflix?
No, but I know of it.
I highly recommend it. It was really, really good. Watched the first season while I was over at my mum's house. Yeah, it was excellent.
Splendid. I've got a few things I want to watch at the moment. Not enough time to watch it, but I'm going to take a bit of time off over Christmas. Oh my god, I stacked those so badly. So hopefully I can maybe get a few watchers in. That was a bit of a scary moment. Logged into the server and all of the animals had gone.
That's a nightmare, that, mate.
Weirdly though, it still says I've got no eggs, even though I do, but whatever. Oh, I can see there's another packet of eggs in the barn, which it's refusing to tell me about. All fun and games, isn't it? All fun and games. Oh yes, apparently I can sell stuff at my bakery.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not quite sure how that works though, because, for example, if I tried to sell eggs there, I think it would try and turn them into cakes.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, man. Do you fancy having do you fancy having a gaming football wager with me?
If you explain what that is.
Well.
Oh, is this because we're playing each other in the cup?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we'll beat you, and you'll probably think that, and you probably think that you're going to beat us, which is fair enough. Like, I'm not going to sit here and hammer it out and say, we're better than you. But, like, you know, like
it sounds like that's exactly what you're doing.
like I normally would. So, like, look, we haven't sorted the last bet out, which I lost, and I was meant to basically game what you wanted to game. But we could do another one and add it to the list. So
go on then.
If Arsenal win, I play what you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
And then if Newcastle win, we're talking across both legs. So whoever gets to the final.
Are there two legs at this stage?
Yeah,
I thought
2 legs.
I thought it went down to one.
No, I've got to play you. I've got to play you at the Emirates first, and then you're playing us away in the second game.
Right. So overall result.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm really pleased that we've got the second leg away. Like, hopefully we can minimise whatever at the Emirates and then use home advantage to push us across the line. That's my opinion. That's what I think we can probably do, because our place can be a fortress. It really can. So if you make it to the final, I play what you want to play, and if Newcastle make it to the final, you play what I want to play.
Sounds good. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Aye. I think we're playing in January, I think, and then the other leg's in February. I'm not sure. But I was pleased to see that Man U got knocked out last night.
Yeah, weird game that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
very strange.
This is going to cost me a pretty penny. I'm up to 19 samples taken at the minute.
You're going to do the whole field again, have you?
Yeah, all of it's out of data. Outdated, sorry, not out of date.
How's your finances looking right now?
80 grand with 250 grand paid off on my loan.
Cool.
I made 350k from 1 year's worth of silage.
Nice.
And technically I made 320,000 from it, but it gave me an extra 30k for environmental bonus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I made quite a bit from environmental. I was quite pleased with that. I had it worked out to 327,000, so I was quite excited to see 350k in my bank account.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? A little bit of a Brucey bonus. Oh, God. someone bought over here? What's this?
I think Stu was the best off out of all of us to start off with because he didn't max his loan out. Everybody else did.
It looks like he's turned his fields into all grass. I was looking the other day.
I see what you're growing as well. Clever move, mate. Very clever move. Interesting to see how much you'd make from all that sugar cane.
You think it's a good move?
Well, yeah. I mean, you do know that it regrows, right?
That's the reason why I put it in, yeah. I can't afford to keep planting stuff every year.
You lose 15% bonus on it.
Yeah.
Unless you plough it and replant it again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that might not be the worst thing in the world, because if
No.
if it's getting a good yield and is making a good profit, then that's better than where I've been for the last 3 years. I don't know what they are.
It's worth a shot, right?
I've got to do something, because what I've been doing isn't working at all. And I think the chickens are going to go this year as well. Even though they've just got me out of debt, but, you know. They're eating all my flipping wheat, the little buggers. Ba-ba-ba-bum. You put lime on your field?
Yeah, I always put lime on my field.
How many bags of lime do you buy the bags or the pallets?
I buy the lags and the bags, sorry, and I get through. Well, at the start, I got through nearly 16 bags because it was the first time that I'd limed the field. And then after that,
because of the thingy mod, it
because it was all crap.
adjusts how much you use, doesn't it?
And then you've poured the nutrients back into the floor, so it kind of balanced it out and made it better. So I don't know. I reckon I tend to normally buy 7 bags a year just to be on the safe side.
Blimey. I've just bought a whole bunch. It's all I can afford, so it's going to have to be enough. I've got 350 quid left. Ah.
I might be taking.
Whoa. I think maybe still got the weight on the back of my tractor.
Might be taking a small hit from this field this year. I don't think I'm going to make as much as I did last time because now my nitrogen's all over the place because it wasn't scanned. And I don't particularly want to go and spray it all again. My liming's fine, but my
so your pH values are good, but your nitrogen's off.
Nitrogen's pretty off. Like I've got 0, 5 to 10 smattered around the field.
That's what I had. But then you've got really good soil, so I'm sure you'll be all right.
I've got exceptional soil. I'm really pleased with where the game plonked me, to be honest.
Oh crap! Each one of those bags is 2 litres, 2,000 litres.
Yeah.
And I bought way more than I thought I needed.
Well, you can always use it again. Mate,
yeah, I
suppose. See the bar. You want to see the bar on how much I need to like? Oh wait, hang on. That's probably a different. No, it's quite. Whoa, holy crap! You'd see the bar. Let me stream my screen, and you'd be like, "Wow, that is really, really down."
Oh, how many bags did I buy?
Check how much I need to put in.
Let's have a look. See.
The flag is where it's at, and the red bar is where it needs to be at.
Oh, so you've got too much.
No, I've got way far too little. Far too little.
The red line is where you are.
No, the flag is where I'm at. The red line, the red bar is where it needs to go to.
No, the red bar,
No,
it says
wait,
current.
Actually, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, you are correct. Yeah.
So yeah, too much and too little. Yeah, both. Interesting. I've not seen that before.
Well, it's going in, which is good. Loving the lag at the moment. I think maybe somebody may be downloading. I'm not sure.
I've got no lag my end, but I'm in the same room, so no point asking me.
No, it's not got that much to meet actually. It's like plus 50 kilograms per hectare.
I'm glad we put that mod on, but my God, has it kicked my ass. It's really made my farm difficult to make profitable.
Whenever I play this game by myself, I always use this mod ever since I first used it. I think it's a fantastic mod, but it really does like make you think. But the thing I don't like about the base game is it's like you spray the field and it's like, oh, it's 50% fertilized. Got to wait for a tick and then you'll be able to do it again. So you've got to pump 2 lots of fertilizer into the field. I only want to pump 1 in it, to it thanks. I'm only messing about plonking 2 in.
Just got to see whether or not I'm going to damage my crops by driving over them.
I take it you've got no money, yeah?
None at all.
And if you had a bit of money, you'd be able to change your tyres out for narrow tyres, which won't affect your crop.
What, at all? I thought it still did it, but narrowly.
No, it doesn't break it whatsoever if you get narrow tyres. And it's about £1,000 to put narrow tyres on.
Maybe next year.
I mean, if it's a problem, I can lend you my tractor really quickly. I've got the narrow tyre.
Oh yes. So it looks like my tractor doesn't damage the crop, but this bloody great big thing on the back.
Great thing on the back hasn't got narrow tyres, yeah.
Yeah. Should have put narrow tyres on that. I don't know if you can actually. Can you?
What is it? A sprayer or something?
Yeah, it's what's it called? Line chuckera.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure if you can put narrow tyres on that. Don't quote me. I'm not sure.
I think what I'm going to do... Bugger. Oh, don't destroy any more crops, man. I'm going to drive down the edge. Actually, no, do you know what? I'm just going to focus on the new crop.
Is your cows doing you any good?
Not yet, but they've only just started producing milk and reproducing. So, this year is the year. They're probably making a few thousand.
You want to know one of the best things to make in your field to go in your bakery that'll get you the best outcome? Unless you figured it out already.
I may have done.
It's oats. Oats give you one of the best comebacks.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did work that out. But Yeah, I stuck with wheat because it's feeding my chickens.
All right, yeah, fair. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
So it's like a cost breakdown analysis type thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna like, kind of, I'm gonna plant when I get a new piece of land. I'm gonna have one of them do. I'm gonna plant like spring crops in there, and then the other field I'm gonna plant like autumn winter crops in there. So one year I'll be doing double, and then the other year I'll be doing a single crop sort of thing. If that makes sense.
No, I didn't quite follow that.
So, are we still watching my stream?
Yep.
So if I plant soybeans, let's say, in April, they'll be ready in October,
Yeah.
right? So I'm harvesting then, and then I plant in the same year I plant canola, right? So that'll be ready in July, but the following year I'll then plant, like, I don't know, sorghum, right? So the sorghum will be ready, and then I've planted canola the year before, so the canola will be ready in July, and then the sorghum will be ready in October. So I'll be doing a double crop. I'll be doing 2 crops in the field, and then the following year I'll only be doing 1, and then the next year I'll be doing 2.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I got you now. Why are you doing that?
Just to see how much like profit I make and things, and I'll probably end up like, when I get a bit of money behind me and stuff, I'll probably end up like taking the wintry crops, so like barley and wheat when I grow them, stick them in the chickens and use the straw. I know you don't have to, but it's how I do it. Use the straw on cows, and then have like a bit of a square sorted out. So this is like when I've got three pieces of land in total.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll use half of that square, half of the third piece of land that I own, and I'll like put productions and that in the other half of it, and then in the other half I'll have a bit of grass, and then just use that for like hay and silage, basically.
Sounds pretty good.
My overall plan, anyway.
But I tell you what, using a lot of this, whatever it's called. What the hell is it called?
Yeah, quick bit of advice for you: when you harvest your sugarcane, don't go for the really big beastie piece of equipment.
Oh, I don't think I've got any chance of doing that to start with. I'll tell you what was interesting. When you're planting it, there are 2 options. There's like a tiny little single planter and like a much bigger double planter. And my tractor's like 40 horsepower below what the small one required, and I couldn't get it to work at all, not even slightly.
Damn.
And I tried the tractor they recommended. I tried a overpowered tractor. I tried my tractor, obviously. None of them worked. I had to reload the server because I had no money, and I couldn't plant the sugarcane rather. And then I tried using the double planter with my tractor, which is a good, well, miles under what it recommends horsepower wise, and it was absolutely fine. So I've no idea what's going on there, but yeah, that was a stressful day. to say the very least.
Sounds a nightmare, mate. If you look
was.
at my stream again really quickly, the 𝙮𝗚 SWT7 is what you want to get for harvesting it. Downside is it's only a bloody metre wide, so it'll take you a long time to harvest it.
Yes,
And then
yeah.
have the Colossus 10,000 or the MF3012 behind the tractor, and it'll shoot straight into the trailer, and then you'll be able to store the stuff up.
Yeah, that's kind of my plan, I'll be honest.
Yeah, don't get that stupid like hang on. Don't rent this thing. Like
No, it's too expensive.
More than well and good enough, but like to rent it, I think it's like 30k. No, it's 17,799, but it's still quite a lot of money.
I haven't got anything like that sort of money at the moment.
Yeah, it'll take you ages to like harvest it, so it could be a couple of days worth of work, and then it's still an extra $3,000 on top of that. Just kind of crazy.
Just got to get out of this, you know, not having any money problem. And I've invested heavily in sugarcane, so it has to pay off. There's no option B, let's say that much.
You've got a large area for it. Just make sure that you sell it at the right when the price is the highest. And you should be.
Do you know, I might not even be able to do that. I'm so poor. How much is it to sell silage right now? Is it a good price or a terrible price? Oh. Forgot to pick them up.
She picks out 197 round about January time, and at the moment it's 163, so it's like just a little over 30 pounds less, 1,000 litres. So
is it
crap?
Is it going to go up or down next month?
What month are we in? May.
May, yeah.
It'll go down even further. It hits rock bottom in June.
Yeah, it's quite low, isn't it? So how much will I get for two bales if I go and just sell two?
So you need to do 163 times 7,000. So times 7.
Okay. Well, that might be enough just to see me through. I just want to try and make this first sugarcane harvest the best I could possibly get on this crappy bit of land, you know?
Yep, I hear you.
Because like you correctly said, I'm going to take a hit next year. So it makes sense to me to go all guns blazing, so to speak. On a lighter note, you all set for Christmas?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It still isn't like up to what it should be. We're talking like half of it.
Spoken to Tony yet?
No. Looked at the pictures of his little one. She looks cutie.
Yeah. I'm not surprised he hasn't been in, but I think he went on the farm earlier, didn't he? But he was like, "Oh, I'll be in later to have a chat." It's like, yeah, you've got slightly more important things. Like, you leave us lot till last.
She's going to be doting all over her and what have you because it's her first baby, and I completely understand that.
She's probably exhausted, to be fair.
Yeah, she probably will be as well, yeah.
Bless her, you know.
I think
And it is her first one, isn't it?
I think she was having a C-section. I can't remember.
Oh, did she have a C-section?
I think she had a C-section in the end. I think that's what they said they were going to do, but I'll have to ask.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Selling a set of Corsa Evo to some random guy on the train on the way home yesterday.
All right.
I was like, dude, you got a PlayStation? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, did you like Gran Turismo? And he's like, yeah, I love it. And I'm like, mate, check this out. So I got him a video up of it, and I was like, dude, when this comes out, when they get going in this in the summer, you've got 1,600 square meters of roads to drive around the Nordschleife. Mate, that's well worth it. Get it. And he was like, yeah, do right, I'm going to get that. And he, one of his relatives is did quite a lot of the graphics on a new game that's coming out in March called Atomfall.
Oh, okay, yeah, that rings a bell. Doesn't it?
He works for Rebellion, apparently.
Nice. On a slight tangent, do you know who Nils is?
I've heard of Nils.
Sim racer.
Rings a bell.
Quite well respected chap. He was doing a review on the LMU update. And I think he's of the same opinion as me. He thinks it's slightly overpriced for what it is, and considering they're having financial difficulties, they should have probably made some different choices to increase the player base. So yeah, LMU's one to watch. I don't know what their financial situation is like now, but I remember you saying they had to sack a bunch of people.
I haven't got a clue. Like last I heard, there were like I think it was up for sale. Motorsport Games is up for sale, so I
really
do not know. Yeah, like
that's definitely not a good sign, is it?
Yeah. Like Motorsport Games, I think it is was up for sale. So it's a case of who's going to jump in and grab it. I'm also seeing a lot of like videos where people are saying that aside from the subscription idea and things like that, what we've been discussing, and that they've been talking about the game itself, and a lot of people say that it's probably one of the best sim games on the market right now.
That's what I've been saying.
Quite surprised at more people chiming in with what you're saying. Like Jimmy Broadbent did a video and he said, I haven't watched it, but he said the thumbnail or whatever said something about they're doing this part of the game so right or something. So I'd have to watch the vid to see what he says. But we've got a lot of people saying that they're definitely doing things right with the game and what have you. And like somebody said, well, somebody was complaining like at the game itself and what have you, and like this dude said, look mate, at the end of the day, if you were here in February, it was an absolute flipping pile of crap.
Oh, God,
like
yeah.
It was awful in February, and they've really pulled a finger out their arses and made the game a lot more playable. And how quickly they've added VR and things like that. A lot of people were screaming out for VR, and what's it, just less than a year, 10 months they've managed to bang that in. But there's a lot of things that it's crying out for as well in the game, like a championship mode, like we've been saying. There's tons of stuff in it that it's crying out for.
If they don't let people host servers, that it will kill the game. It really, I can't see it surviving if they don't get people playing it,
The community that I've joined with Keith and that, I've noticed...
Oh yeah, I meant to ask how your race went.
I haven't, I was feeling crap. I'm going to do my first one on Monday. I'm going around Monza. These guys are like on another level, mate. They're friggin' aliens. every single one of them. Lap times that I would love to achieve. Anyway, like, so that they were saying that the practice servers and what have you that they put up, you know, because you know you've got to pay for it at the end of the day, including the practice side of it and that. They don't they don't put up that much of a practice server to keep the costs down. So even they're admitting that the cost is terrible, but they're squeezing as much out of it as they can to play.
I don't think the costs are terrible. I think the costs are fine, but they need to get rid of the hosted server thing. That's my issue. I think having a dedicated server that you pay for is fine. I would keep that because not everyone can host their own server or whatever. But to not have peer-to-peer as well.
Oh, you mean like we do in ACC, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so somebody can host it off their own computer, sort of deal.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
So I think they should keep the hosting. I think the price of the hosting is okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but the fact that you cannot host a game with your mates without having to pay for it is just going to kill the game. It's too greedy. And I know they want to be the esports super duper, everyone goes to chaps. But, you know, if you haven't got a player base, you haven't got a game. It's as simple as that. I mean, even Niels was saying, you know, if you're perhaps, you know, new to simming, or you haven't got like a rig that costs you 10 grand and therefore you don't care, he recommended not buying the DLCs, but maybe, you know, paying the subscription for a month or 3 months or whatever the minimum is, and just sort of see how you feel. But then, I mean, he didn't mention, which either he didn't realise, or I think he just didn't realise, to be fair, but doing it that way costs you twice as much per month as it would if you just went for the full year. So even that's not cost effective, which is, again, I think just stupid. New game, you want to get as much people playing as quickly as possible and as often as possible. And they've just kind of shot themselves in the foot, I think.
Totally going to spend 20 grand on my farm and get a ridiculously sized silo. Oh yes, 10 million litres. Yes, please.
Show off Ponzi farmer people.
Dude, that's ridiculous. 20 grand for a 10 million litre silo? It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very realistic, does it?
It's not very realistic at all, but I don't care. It's on the server. I'm buying it.
I might have to delete that next week when all your stuff is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch yourself. It'd be nice to me, or it might happen.
Then I'm going to have to come and kill you, mate.
I could live with that.
I could live with that. Hey, I know where you live.
You know where I used to live. You don't know where my new house is.
You haven't moved. Shut up.
How do you know?
Because you would have said something.
I'm thinking about moving the Sim Shack, though.
What? All right. What, relocation into the house?
No, that'll never happen, sadly. I put some grass down, by the way, on my field. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, look at you with your grass. It's only taken you 3 years.
Well, it's an experiment, because I actually think with my soil, it might not be worth doing. Do you know what I mean?
I just think no matter how bad your soil is, if you've got the worst soil like you have, I mean, have you scanned the rest of your field, or is it just the stuff on the edge that you've got?
Nah, scan the whole thing now. Damn it, I'm going to run out of this stuff.
Mate, I think I'd cry at that.
I need like one more bag of... One more bag of lime. God damn. God damn. So yeah, what I was thinking was, because you've got to treat your grass, haven't you? So you've got to get your pH values right, and you've got to get your...
To a pie and chips. Said I've got to treat my grass. I'm going to treat it to a pie and chips, yeah?
Right, okay. Totally didn't understand what you were talking about then. But yes, you need to treat it, don't you?
I need to do what you're doing. So I need to lime it, and I need to...
Lime it, treat it, spray it, weed it, all that kind of stuff. Whereas I don't have to do any of that with wild grass. So I'm thinking...
No. The only thing that I do to my fields is I lime it and I fertilise it. There are no weeds in my fields because weeds do not grow on grass.
Oh, weeds don't grow on grass?
Weeds only grow on your crops. So all I've been doing is I've cut it, I've lined it, I've baled it, and then I've packed it away, and then I've limed it, and I've fertilised it, and then I've waited 2 days for it to be fully grown again, and I've rinsed and repeated 3 times again.
I see.
You sound very, very upset about that.
No, I'm not upset about that at all. I just feel like because my yield is about 60%, I may not see the benefits that you get. But I was also contemplating, on top of the yield deficit, there was more work to be done as well.
I'm going to send you a message, right? This is what you should be doing to get it to a maximum amount that your soil type should do, right? I'll send you a message. Give me a second.
For grass, is that what you're on about?
No, this is for crops. In this order, to get a maximum amount out of it, this is for crops.
Well, I think I've got maximum amount now. So, I think I probably know, but tell me anyway. Because it's still interesting. Bit like how I'm driving right now.
Just running over to your field now, buddy.
You see how I'm driving?
I
no, you can't see me.
I like to use your chickens as a teleporter.
My chickens?
Yeah. I click on your chicken building and use it as a teleporter.
I had no idea you could do such a thing.
Yeah, you click on your chicken coop and then you press spacebar and it teleports me to where you are.
Oh no!
So you've been running all this time, right?
Well, I will continue running because it's more realistic. It's my ethos.
Okay, so you've got a very small amount of sandy loam, I think it is, or loam at the bottom of your field here.
Yeah, I've got a tiny bit where I'm getting like 125% yield.
Yeah, so 123% out of 125. So you're like 2% off the best, which is something that I probably will be at. So you've hit the nail on the head with all that. I mean, mate, expected yield 89% in this. Yeah, you can't get any better. Like 88, 87, 89. Yeah, you've done good here, buddy. You have done good here.
Thank you, Squire.
Yeah, you'll get a good yield out of this. Normally, I've been told to mulch it, fertilise it. Mulch it, cultivate it, and then plant it, and then lime it, and fertilise it, and then roll it, and you should get maximum out of all that what I've just said. But I could be wrong and have missed one or two things in there.
I think the only thing I haven't done...
Then you need to weed it at the same time as well.
The only thing I haven't done is get rid of the rocks. And that's probably the 1% I'm missing then, isn't it?
Have you rolled it?
No, I didn't roll it. But that's the same thing, isn't it? Collecting rocks. Collecting rocks or rolling it's the same.
No, there's two types of different ways. So if you rock, actually no, you are right. If you roll it, you'll push some of the rocks back into the floor. If they're much bigger than those type of rocks, then they'll stay prominent in the floor, and you have to pick them up. Have you mulched it?
No, so I ploughed it. See, I really have gone all out on this. I ploughed it, then I planted those. I can't remember what they're called, but they're the things that you don't harvest. You just plough them back into the ground.
Oh yeah, oilseed radish.
That's the one. So I did that across the whole field. To try and get the nutrients, nitrogen and everything where it's supposed to be. It didn't bloody work, to be honest. It was still all wrong. So that was a bit of a waste of time. But, yeah, then I cultivated that back into the ground. And, and
then you planted, yeah?
And then I planted on top of that. But I've also sprayed a lot. Yeah.
Fertilized it, yeah?
And I'm liming it right now, yeah. So my wheat hasn't got this lovely lime on it, but...
You won't have to weed it at all, this crop, right? Because you've ploughed it. When you plough it, it gets rid of the weeds. It doesn't do a year's worth of weeds in your ground at all if you plough.
That's good. I put herbicide down as well.
You didn't, so you don't have to bang. You've just wasted money there. You don't have to bang herbicide down unless there's weeds prominent in your field and they're fully grown weeds. There's like 3 types of weeds. So the first 2 types of weeds, you can use a hoe to get rid of them, and then after that, the hoe won't do a thing to them, and you have to use herbicide.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just wanted this first batch to be as good as possible to give us some chance of breaking the constant loss that we're having.
You've got a pretty big area there that you've like planted with risk, and I honestly think you'll be quite surprised at how much money you're going to make off of it. Are you?
Well, I hope so.
500 grand in debt?
Yeah. And I've got like no money at all. And nothing really to sell either, which is not great. But like I say, I mean, this has to be successful. Otherwise, we're pretty much done. Well, I say that. The animals are coming into their own at last. That's taken a long time, a lot longer than I was
I think you're going to be quite surprised. But you also have to remember that you've now gone and planted a crop that doesn't have to be replanted again. And you just have to wait for it to grow again. However, you'll take like the following year, you'll take a 15% loss on it.
Yeah.
Amount you get because you've not ploughed it and replanted it again.
Although, I am a little concerned about how little it earns per 1,000 litres. Now, I know the yield is higher,
The
But-
yield is massive.
Yeah,
The yield is huge. You'll be very surprised at how
it's going to have to
you
be,
get
I
out of that
suppose.
field. Yeah, the money puts you off, but you also look at how much you get per 1,000 litres for potatoes. You get a lot of yield off of that as well.
Yeah. Well, see, initially I was going to do potatoes, but then it would be so much. Every year I'd have to hire a machine to plant it, you know, and that's what I've got to get away from is
30 grand. It's 30 grand to lease that machine.
Yeah.
Initial price for a potato harvester. It's a nightmare.
yeah. I need to get away from hiring stuff. I need to get some money so I can buy my own equipment, and that then will help me.
There's only one. If this doesn't give you what you feel, right? You either stick with it, carry on, and try again the following year and see how much you get from that, and hopefully it'll just keep doing what you need it to do. Or you get your plough, you rip it all up, and you go and plant grass and just do what I've been doing, and you will get out of debt if you do silage.
Well, that's part of what my test is down the side, I guess, is to see whether there is that benefit.
Grass, haven't you? Yeah, yeah.
To see if the yield is any different, because it's the soil that is really killing me, I think.
Oh, 100%. Over what we can do, definitely. Like, Stu's in a really good spot, I'm in a good spot, Ian's in a decent spot, he's got a little bit of silky clay.
I noticed that Stu has started doing more grass, which is interesting.
Just wondering if he's not making enough off the crops and he feels that he...
Yeah, but he's got really good soil, so I'm surprised.
When did you plant your sugarcane? March or April?
I forget, honestly. I forget.
Looking at the height of it, I think you might have planted it in March, maybe. You've got... Yeah, I'll tell you when it's ready to harvest anyway, so it'll be October, November time. It'll pop, depending on what month you put it in the floor.
Just wondering if I should drive through the middle of my field, destroy some crops, and boost the pH value.
I mean, no, because you can't get anything more than what you've got. It's at its best. I ran through your field and you've got 88% to
You weren't naked again, were you?
89%. No, I wasn't. To the 90.
Yeah.
That you need.
88 out of 89.
I don't honestly think that. No, it's not. You're just going to waste a little bit of crop and also waste your money on spraying something that's not going to go up, basically.
Right, let's get rid of that then. I don't think there's any more I can do. I have really gone to town on it this year. I've worked really hard. I'm not going to lie, it's been exhausting. So I'm hoping for something really positive. It has to be a financial change. It's just not... It's not going to be viable otherwise. Unless, of course, the cows and the sheep and the pigs really start delivering, which they might. Just going to get my weights.
Back in a minute.
Look it up. Away. Whoa. Bloody missed it. An idiot. Right. I think I'm going to have to chuck a couple more of those bales for sale, just to keep us afloat until next time round. It's not the best price at the moment, but it's not the worst price either, so... See what we can do. Should we get rid of that many? Have a go, shall we? Drive out the side window. This is where head tracking comes into its own. Tipped. Totally tipped it. But we're all good. All good. Right, nice. That makes me feel a little bit happier. We should, if I sell these four, have enough to get the harvester for the wheat. Crikey. Maybe get the little side bits and bobs that I need. Maybe upgrade the weight on this tractor. Let's get ourselves in a slightly better position. We've invested heavily this year. And again, it's the silage that's keeping us going. But the animals have reached a point where they're producing and... oh, don't you dare. Why did I do that? And that one's going to come off as well. Yeah, they're getting to a point where they are reproducing and producing.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So one more thing I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you about it now, so that you don't get upset when I do it. The plot of land which this shop is on, I'm going to buy that with the bank of sim. And
okay, thanks for letting me know that you're going to buy the land that I wanted. Cool. Awesome, thank you. Yeah.
I'm going to put the sale points on here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that it's all accumulated and everyone can, you know, go and use it and it's where it's supposed to be. And I'm pretty sure you weren't going to buy that plot of land.
I was actually, but it doesn't matter.
Why are we going to buy this plot of land? It's half used.
Because it's right next to my plot of land.
But it's half taken up by a shop.
No, it's only a tiny bit taken up by a shop. I can still make good use of it.
Maybe. Well,
but if you want to do that, I'm not going to stop you. It's totally fine.
Yeah, that's a non-negotiable one, I'm afraid, that one.
No, it's fine, man. I'm not going to sit here and throw my toys out the pram. It's totally fine.
Really
Once you've told me you're not going and done it.
Well, we did discuss it right at the beginning. I don't know if you remember.
We probably did. I don't remember, but it's all good, man. It's fine.
Well, it's your idea. Just to add insult to injury, it was your plan. But at the time, the bank of sim didn't have any income coming in, so... Crikey, it's going to be a nightmare, isn't it? That kind of worked out rather well. You still in the sim?
Am I still in FS?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it to get May.
Alright, what happens in May?
My grass ticks over again. I just want to see it tick over, that's all.
Oh, I thought you said you did it a month early.
Yeah. If I wanted to, I could literally come on, wait until it hits June and harvest it again. But I'll only get 100 bales out of it. If I wait till July, I'll get 164 bales out of it.
But then will you have enough for a third?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you'll have an extra month, won't you? Yeah.
Another month. That'll, wait 2 more months, 3 more months, and on the 3rd month after that, so that's July, August, September. So in October, I'll be able to cut it again.
Wicked bananas.
I'll have less than what I did last year because I cocked up. I was 64. I'll be about 60 bales behind what I should have been.
Now, how am I going to get this bale off my tractor? That didn't work. Oh, it did work. Brilliant. Ah, oops. Do you know what? I think I might sell some more.
It's floating you, mate. I mean, when we first started playing every time I did a new cut and brought some bales in, I actually sold a full pallet of them, a full 24 bales each time I had a new cut, just to float me. Otherwise, I would have been in debt.
Yeah, because you bought all your equipment, haven't you?
I have now, yeah. I did lease some to start off with.
Oh, okay, okay.
My tractor's taking is seriously like hitting me in the flipping pay packet because of maintenance costs. It's getting run down really quick now. Got 50.9 bloody hours of driving on this thing.
Yeah, mine's at the lowest it could possibly go, but I don't think I'm going to bother repairing it because it just keeps going.
Oh yeah, I know it just keeps going. The only reason why I repair it is I attached my mowers up the other day when it was completely broken, and,
Right.
And it went 4 miles an hour, and I'm like, nah.
Well, I noticed actually that your tractor's less powerful than mine, isn't it?
145 horsepower, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, I just lost a bale. Driving like an idiot.
I need to spend 30 grand to get it to the best engine that it can possibly go to, and I think it's 210.
Oh, that's not bad. Because it's a small tractor, isn't it? It's not even a medium-sized tractor.
Yeah, it's a small tractor, yeah. 120,000 it cost.
From new?
Yeah, brand new. The annoying thing for me is, with Keith coming to help me, when he comes to help me, I have to spend 6 grand to rent a tractor so we can both get the job done twice as quick.
I don't know why you don't just buy one of the ones in the sale for like 20 grand.
Missing them, and like I don't have enough money.
Oh, you do now?
No, I'm kind of focusing on other things. I mean,
You're thinking about your next plot of land, aren't you?
My tractor is actually up for sale right now as we speak.
Oh, that's the actual one you have, 72 grand.
The one I have, yeah.
So you could buy that and then you'd have 2.
The downside is I've only got 70 grand.
Gutted.
But I could go into my loan ever so slightly, but
that's true.
Mess me up so much stupid. What might actually have to happen now that I've cocked my grass up is I'm a little bit worried that
You've had it a year.
I've not got enough. But wondering what I could do is, once I've got that loan paid off, I could get a small loan out and buy the piece of land that I need and use that.
No. If you remember, you can't buy the land with a loan. It has to be cash. Once you've bought the land, you can take a loan out and do stuff with it, but you can't buy the land with a loan.
Thanks for clarifying that rule for me.
Don't you dare fall off. God bless silage, that's all I can say. I mean, I suppose what you could do, seeing as we're allowing rum to do it, you could invest in some orchards, and then that'll bring some money in after grass doesn't grow anymore. At the end of the year or something.
Not stooping myself to his levels.
But he's got a Trans Am,
I
a
know,
V8.
Trans Am, yeah. Throws money around for because he can, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it was you or... Oh, shite. Why did I drive into them that hard? I don't know if it was you I was saying this to the other day, but... me and Tony were like... Because obviously we're the only animal farmers, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else has got any animals.
Stu's got chickens, but they don't really count. They're not really animals. They're just like food. Food on legs, really. Yeah, so we were chatting away, talking about how broke we are, because he's always in negative equity, and I'm very nearly always in negative equity. And we were chatting away, and I said to him, look, I'll hire, because he didn't have enough money, I'll hire the money, the trailer rather, to get the milk, so that we could sell our milk for the cows, for the first time that I'd sold milk, because it was the first time I had milk. And so... I said, you can borrow it and then you can sell your milk and then we're both sort of back in the black, so to speak, or in the red. And he's like, oh yeah, great. And afterwards he was saying, that was when he bought the cows. So he bought a cow barn plus 2 storage barns and like 40 cows or something. And I was like, hang on a minute, you're not broke at all. You're just reinvesting all your money back in your farm, and I'm paying for you to get milk for free.
Yeah,
Cheeky bastard. But it turns out he spent like hours helping me with that field, so all's good at the end of the day. But yeah, it did make me laugh.
When he sold it then,
when we were talking about how broke we were.
Did the money go into your account because it was your leased vehicle?
When he sold what? Oh, the milk?
When he sold the milk, then the money...
No. If he sells it, he gets the money. So I sold my milk and then he took the trailer and he got his milk.
All right, okay.
But because he's got so many more cows than me, he had way more milk straight away. Which is slightly frustrating. I've had my cows for 2 years and that was the first bit of milk I had. And he went and bought them yesterday and already has more milk than me. I was like, what? But yeah, it's all fun and games. I'm going to do something big with my pigs, mate.
What are you going to do with your pigs? No.
Start breeding them. They're going to make me a millionaire. Trying to think of a good reason not to keep selling my silage. 4 more. That's it. 4 more. I think I'm addicted.
Because you've seen the numbers go up, mate. Imagine how much you would have got if you sold it in January.
It's just nice not to be in debt. I've had less than £1,000 for about 7 months, pretty much.
I want to tell you the truth, mate, right? I've been sat here laughing my arse off at you for the past, like, 3-4 weeks.
Oh, thanks very much.
Because I know what you've been doing is totally wrong and it's going to cost you in the long run. Can I ask you a question? When you were feeding...
What have I been doing?
When you were feeding... Mate, to start
That's totally wrong.
To start off with, pigs, cows, and well, not really chickens, but
no, the chickens have not been successful.
Like it's a bad way to go to start off with. Like
sheep are supposed to make good money, though, aren't they?
Who is?
Sheep.
Sheep do make. Wool does make good money. Yeah. I mean, we are playing it on hard as well, so we have to get our heads around that part of the game.
Half as good money.
We're not making like shitloads of money, but like, I mean, just imagine how much money I would have made
Well, yeah,
I made 350 grand. On
exactly.
just imagine how much money I would have made.
So you could probably double that.
Easy. Like,
Nearly
would have
double
been
that.
close to $1 million maybe or something, you know? It's just mental if you play it on easy, and that's just too easy. But I'm enjoying the challenge. I like it on hard. I'm not complaining about that.
No, we were discussing your technique actually the other day. Silage is boring as hell, I imagine.
Oh my
Just
God,
doing that.
I'm ready to really
Yeah.
get off this now.
Diversify.
It really is getting to me. But yeah,
But it's a safe route.
It's a very safe bet.
You know, I've gambled, I've diversified, I've got a bit of everything going on, which I kind of like. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's been tough. I think I'd have been all right if my soil was good, but it has been tough. But
when you feed your animals,
yes, sorry,
have
yeah.
you been buying the feed or have you been
God,
growing
no.
the feed
God no.
and giving it to them? Right. Now, I'm just trying to figure out where you're losing money. That's all.
In my soil, what I invest is not paying me back. That's the problem.
Did you throw your entire every time you've got a wheat crop or whatever? Did you throw that straight into the bakery then?
I think the first 2 years went straight in the bakery. Yeah.
And how did that? Like, I would have liked to.
Well,
The thing is, we don't know how much money you would have made selling the wheat normally versus how much you've sold it, turning it into bread.
it's worth more per 1,000 litres turning it into bread, and the byproduct of that. This is why I think I'm going to make money with pigs. The byproduct of doing that is I've got pig food coming out of my orifice. Right. I have stacks of pig food everywhere. And pigs, you know, within, say, a year or two, they're worth like $1,000 each. So if I get 30 or 40 pigs on the go, that's a nice chunk of change coming in every year, but not too much work. I think we've turned a corner. I think this year we'll actually make our first profit.
Can you just go to your bakery a minute? Can you like tell me if it tells you in there how much you lose?
Well, it does, but not in terms that you're probably referring to. So for 5 units of wheat, I get 4 units of flour and 1 unit of pig food.
Okay.
So for every 5,000 wheat, I get 4,000 wheat flour and 1 pig food. Yeah. Although
how much does the bread convert then? The wheat into bread. How many wheat do you need to make some bread?
Flour, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So for every 2 flour, I get 1 bread and then another pig food.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is why I have so much pig food.
You're not losing money there then, really, are you?
I don't think I'm losing money, but the thing is, it takes so long to process it. I'm getting 1 a month. 1 bread a month.
Is that like 1 thing on a pallet a month, or is that 1 full pallet?
1 thing on a pallet a month. And that's worth...
Oh, hell.
What's that worth? I mean, if I can get a stack of them and sell them all in December, they're worth 1,800 each. But the problem is, because I'm so broke, I'm having to sell them as soon as I make them. I've got 1 in the barn. I've got 1 in the barn.
Is on, let's have a look then.
Yeah. I think it's like 1,200 litres.
Is it 1,200 litres on a pallet?
It says 1,000, but I think it's 1,200, because when I sold it the other day, I sold 2, and they were supposed to be, like I say, 1,800, and I got over 5 grand.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're 1,200, or something like that. But yeah, what I need to do is bake for a whole year, because see, I've run out of grain already, because my yield is so low. So if it was still kicking out bread now, I'd be all right in December. Because that would be another 30, 40 grand perhaps coming in. But the fact is, I've only got one, so now it's only 2 grand. And last year I didn't have any, so yeah. I think we've turned a corner. If sugar cane is profitable, then
just like sell it at its best price. Don't like sit on
Yeah.
it and go, all right, I've got it now. Boom, let's get rid of it. Like,
No.
seriously, sell it at its best price, and then you can really like.
well, if I get some grass out of that grass area and I've got enough silage to sustain me, then I can do that.
That in approximately just under 7 hours in-game time, this will grow again. Do not be tempted to harvest it. Wait until tomorrow night. Wait until tomorrow night when it hits July, then harvest it then. The downside is you're going to have to be careful when you make the turn at the end, so you don't destroy any of your crop and your sugarcane. But I'm sure you're masterful at doing that. Just try not to drive over it.
Yeah,
I think you've got a big area here. I honestly think this will get you some good money. I really do. Regardless of your soil and that, I think you'll be quite surprised.
It's 10% less of what it should be, but it's 11% less of what it should be. But there's nothing I can do about that. So I just have to swallow that 11% loss. And then next year it'll be 26% loss. So it's not the perfect solution, but if that's bringing in more money than the wheat, and the pigs and the cows and the sheep start kicking out some profit, I could be turning over 150, 200,000 a year. So, I mean, that's where I needed to get to, was, making that sort of money.
You've also got to remember that when you harvest this, you're going to be harvesting it at 1 metre wide, right? And your tractor, I do believe, will be offset. So, you've got to watch out for that. But, I'm sure you'll figure all that out. When you get
I've already thought about that, because the wheat will be gone.
Right.
At that stage of the year.
When you get to the end of your field and do one row, just have a quick shufty look at your amount that you've got in your trailer. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, sweet. And then you think, well, I think I might be actually all right. I've never, ever harvested sugarcane in this game.
No one has, apparently.
You're going to be doing something I've never done before. But
I've never done it either.
I know for a fact it's the most profitable crop in the game.
I heard it's less profitable than silage.
Nope. It's the most profitable crop in the game.
I think it's the most profitable on a single yield.
Yeah.
But because you can do it 3 times a year and I can only do it once, silage is worth more.
Somebody has actually done the math on it, and it is actually the best crop in the game, apparently.
Yeah. Per harvest, yeah, I think. You're right. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I think I've put my tractor away. Yes, I have.
Turned it off.
I better check the animals have got food and water quickly. So the sheep are starting to eat into the grass, but I've got hundreds of sheep now. Do you know how many sheep I've got?
No, I've got a clue.
12, 24, 36, 48, 50, 68.
Oh, nice. Doing good.
So I can probably sell a couple of them.
What's the most you can get in there? What's its capacity?
100.
All right, okay.
Yeah. But
keep an eye on the rage and sell the old ones when they're starting to get a bit older.
Yeah. Well, the old ones are worth 675 each, and I've got 12 of them. So I mean, that's 6 grand, 6, 7, 8 grand in the bank. Should I need to? And then the cows are coming. They're a 60% reproduction, and I'll be up to 25 on them as well. But they've got what they need. And the chickens are nearly out of wheat. So, I mean, they're eating an entire box of 8,000 litres they took off me last year. That's like potentially 30 grand in bread. They're just killing me. Quick look in the sales. There's Spike's tractor. What's that thing? Ah, okay. All right, going to wrap up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye for now.